Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming. This is Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode number 2, live fan reactions. What an episode. A lot of fun tonight. We got a lot of things to talk about. This, I know they're setting it up. We're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. It's going to be a big, big battle next week. So before we get started, I want to thank all the patrons that are out there. You guys are absolutely awesome. And let's jump right into it. So best episode ever, says Sheila Mac 10. We didn't get a chance to do our countdown because, as everybody knows, the episode was leaked all across the world, so we had to wait for it a little bit longer. But before we get too far into it, and a whole lot of people are going to be joining the stream very shortly now that we're live, just want to get your thoughts. From a 1 to a 10, right now I'm seeing people saying greatest episode, best episode ever. A lot of humor. We get these episodes that... with the one-liners and everybody kind of grouping together, it does feel very ominous, though, before the big battle. Everybody's kind of last night together, what they're going to experience before the next day. I know a lot of people are happy the conversation happened between Jon and Dany. So, awesome. So, a couple people said 8s, 9s. I'm going to give it at least a 9. I don't know. I could probably be persuaded to go a little bit higher. I do love the fact that HBO kind of put out there like, hey, just want to let everybody know Arya's 18 before we get into the whole scene with Gendry. So some really, really good moments. I think Sansa and Theon, Jaime, wow. That scene, I'm just going to ask it, though. If there's one thing that you had to react to tonight, what was your biggest surprise or what was your most moving moment? I know what mine was. I'll get to mine in 1 second. Valar Super Chat and says, hello, 99 Army. Oh, my God, this episode was great. Go Arya and Gendry. So much Jaime greatness. I agree. You know what, Stone Gash? You got Jon telling Dany. You've got kind of the reunion there. You've got Arya and Gendry. But I got to tell you, Sir Brienne was my favorite moment. Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much, Valar. Appreciate you being here, and we'll have to add this to one of the streams during the week as well. Yeah, seeing a little bit of Ghost, says Anita in the background. Yeah, I got a little choked up with the whole knighting ceremony. That was really, really good. But there were a few. Tammy Heitzman agrees. That would be her reaction as well. Yeah, catching up. Get a couple more comments here. Hey, everybody, we are live. Get your comments in the stream right now. I definitely want to call on a few people. We got Amy Ferreira, hi 999. I'm not a Game of Thrones chick, but wanted to wish everybody fun and happy Easter. Well, happy Easter to you too. Amy, you got it. You got to check it out. Binge watch it. Catch up. There's still time before the end of the season. You can do it. You can do it. It's so good this year. Angelica cried. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go out there and say I fully cried. Can you half cry? It was very moving, though. All right, I got a lot of notes. I think we're going to need to do a full recap of this episode. So you could see it playing out this way. There was a lot of Jaime Lannister. Is anybody very concerned about Tyrion and Jaime because they got so much FaceTime tonight? And I think the ultimate foreshadowing could have been when Tyrion said, at least Cersei won't murder me. That might be a little too bizarre. I'm scared of that comment. So Eric Beach says, so is Jon in trouble for his life? Well, it certainly clouds up the Iron Throne, doesn't it? I mean, Tyrion also said that, like, he's one of the few that thinks they'll survive it. And I think they're going to survive it too. Brooke, I have put money on Jaime on the throne in the Kingslayer taking the throne. I felt like after tonight, Jaime's on borrowed time. Yeah, Eric from Danny, I kind of got this feeling last week when Samuel was telling Jon, about him being heir to the throne. I felt, and I know they're friends, but I kind of felt, all right, they're down in the crypt talking. It's dark. Now, Jon's not going to do anything to Samuel, but I got more of that feeling tonight with Danny. Like, she wants the throne pretty badly. Jon could, hey, nobody knows, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to mess with Bran. I mean, well, Bran knows. Yeah, you're right, Julie. That conversation could actually make Danny go mad. She's not gonna have any control over it. Well, I mean, the dragon did give him the eye, right? So the dragon might know the true bloodline. Yeah, a jolt of game. The dialogue tonight was absolutely incredible. Well, there were so many good moments. You knew this was going to end kind of in a circle and some drinking. That was a great moment. I think there were a couple times we're starting to see Danny's true character. How many people are really like Team Danny right now? Because I got to tell you, I'm not. When she seemed a little deceitful when she was talking to Sansa, I thought we were on the same page, and then I felt a little. Did you guys feel a little bit of sarcasm when? Well, and it was sarcasm for Danny, but she's like, "Hey, I'm here with Jon fighting his war, so who got manipulated?" And then Sansa sort of turns it around, and I think this is what Tyrion said to her. She's always one step ahead. And she says, well, I should have thanked you when I first saw you. If that was not kind of, it was obvious to me, but then she said, well, what happens to Winterfell afterwards? And you see Dany kind of move her hand. So I think that's step number one, right? Of proving it to us. And then step number two was the way she reacted to Jon. I don't need anything else. There's no saving her. She's going mad. We get a couple more comments in here. Yeah, she was, Sheila. Tormund. Yeah, it was a good story. That's how he became the Giant's Bane. Well, Tyrion gets so much credit for his intelligence. And he did say last week to Sansa, a lot of people have not believed in you, and a lot of people are pretty much dead. So I think her character and her attachment to Winterfell is going to be a big, big story toward the end. Yeah, that's true as well. Roxanne says, kills big moment with Bran, giving us more backstory about why the Night King is after him. So I love the war strategy. I love Theon, being the one that's going to protect. Theon's dead. I got to tell you, he's gone. And I think you could see that moving moment. You could see, between Sansa and Theon. And he needs that. He needs to come full circle and die protecting Bran Stark. William, the Walking Dead billboard, says, kills, army. Sam is the first to go. No. Sam's safe. Yeah, Sam will have to carry on the legacy. Let me get a couple more comments in here. I got just pages and pages of notes. And I didn't want to make this video it's not going to be a recap. We're going to recap it sometime during the week, either tomorrow or Tuesday. But I just want to get the reactions out there, like the most shocking moments from tonight's episode. Yeah, there was great dialogue. I mean, it's very ominous in the fact of what would you do if you had one night left? You can see that, all right, from my perspective, this group that is assembled is awesome. I mean, you got a little bit of everything. But from the writer's perspective and the actors, you can see from Mountain to Arya to Sir Davos, they all think they're going to die. They think that they're outnumbered, and they're just trying to get enough courage. I mean, they can't give up. They have no choice but to fight. But we see them as larger than life, like they can defend themselves, but there's going to be a lot of death. A lot of death. I mean, it's war. So the next couple weeks, I think, are going to be mind-blowing. But, if you had one night left, what would you do? And I think Arya definitely said it best. I mean, you see Samwell spending time with his family. You see the warriors together. You see Jon down in the crypt. Ecom, Dany wants a throne, Jon doesn't. Why the conflict? Ecom, I would say Dany wants the throne, and I think Jon is to a point where if he thought Dany's intentions were pure, like maybe it's kind of like this. If he thought she would say, hey, you're the rightful heir to the throne, I'll always support you, you'll be the king, then maybe he would probably defer and say, no, I don't want it. It's almost as if a test, like to see how crazy she's going to get going after that power. And if she is going to be crazy with it, and if he can't trust her to do the right thing, then Jon is, well, he's Jon, but he's kind of our Rick Grimes as well to the Walking Dead fans out there. He will accept that burden. It's his responsibility to have the right leader for the people. So if she can't do it, and she's just going to murder people or anybody, and I think he's starting to see the writing on the wall, right? If the more power hungry she is, the more she's willing to say, hey, I'm the leader. You didn't bend the knee, you're dead. You didn't do this, you're dead. So he's starting to see that she was just, it's not about leading people and protecting them. It's about her own power struggle. So, hey, we got a ton of people. Everybody do me a favor. If you like these reaction videos, you're having a good time, 99 Army, hit that like button. Hit the thumbs up. Let's show the 99 Army support, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think she's going to chill. I think now is the perfect situation. They got to fight. So there's no time for the argument. There's no time to debate who the rightful leader is. Their back's against the wall. Literally. Get a few more comments in here, everybody. Great reactions tonight. Absolutely loving this episode. All right, so let's do it. I need one big death prediction before next week. One big death prediction, everybody. It's going to happen. Trust me. We can't go half the season without some bloodshed. I did too. Brian Gilligan says, love this episode, all the dialogue. I think after next week, you're going to appreciate this episode even more. This is going to be the episode you're going to want to go back and watch because it's going to be the one where you say, oh, this is great. Last night everybody was together. A lot of people are saying Jaime. I don't think Arya. I don't think Jaime yet. Yeah, I'm going to say Theon. I think next week he dies protecting Bran. Grey Worm, Jorah, and Theon. Yeah, Grey Worm is gone. But, yeah, it was too sweet of a reunion. I mean, the fact that Theon, broke ranks, his sister went one way, he went the other way, had to come back and defend Winterfell. What a beautiful story. I mean, his character has come full circle. Yeah, I agree, Sheila. I think Theon's going to go out beast mode. Oh, don't say ghost. It depends. It depends on the extent of this war. And I get a feeling it's going to be a 2-part episode, so I think we're going to see some of the death at the end and then some the following week. So I think 3 and 4. And what is going on? I mean, what's going on back at the kingdom? I mean, the Night King is storming the area. What about Cersei? I mean, that whole, with the Greyjoys, Euron, and I mean, that guy annoys me. Just waiting for the opportune moment. Yeah, Cersei's mad. Dany's about to go mad. Doesn't it kind of give you the impression, though, that Winterfell's going to fall? If you've got King's Landing back there, I mean, maybe I'm wrong about this, but if Winterfell is going to be attacked next week, it just doesn't give you the impression that they're going to survive it. They're either going to split up or groups or a few people, and maybe King's Landing is going to be like the last hurrah. Yeah. A few people are going to get out. Going to have to find a way to get the Night King going in a different direction. I am so anxious to see how that's going to go down. I don't see a way where the Night King's going to retreat. Yeah, it has this feeling that you're just going to see all these deaths happen. And all right, here's my bold prediction. Toward the end of next week, when all these families, and some of them be no names, some of them be major characters, I think we're just going to see this battle and just all these people just dying in slow motion. Like, just the helplessness. I think Winterfell has to fall next week, and then the last few episodes sort of finding a way, opening up the door, finding a way to beat the Night King. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to beat him next week and then lose at the end. I think they lose next week, but we find some vulnerability. Yeah, that's a good point, seeing loved ones as a White Walker. That certainly is, it's going to be a little crazy. Cheesing for no reason. Dany should bow to Jon because everyone wants to follow him and certain houses don't want to follow her. Sansa already told Jon. Yeah, cheesing what she should do and what she will do. I mean, we know, right? It's the right thing to do to sort of get everybody to band together and fight. But she's been on this vision quest for the longest time. She can't let it go. All that journey, all that sacrifice, all that abuse. I mean, everything she's went through. No way she can just turn it over to somebody else. Jacob Mooney, yeah, definitely one of the best. Martian Manor says the Arya Gendry love moment was I thought it was phenomenal. Arya all through this episode, throwing the knives was great. You got my weapon, and then just taking the lead there. Hey, this is the last night on Earth. I want to see what this feels like, and there you go. I mean, what would you do your last night? Everybody had their own agenda. Yeah, I mean, whether or not Jon wants the throne, that's going to be a real interesting dynamic. It would certainly be a burden, but it may be what everybody needs. I don't see a scenario where Jon and Dany are both alive. So, quick question. We got some bold predictions with some of the other deaths. Does Dany make it to the end? Could Jaime slay another? Could he slay the Mad Queen? Would that be like poetic justice? Maybe she goes nuts and the Kingslayer, like father, like daughter. Yeah, I mean, that's the way I would write it. I don't think she's coming back. Great group, great group. Hey, we're at 28 minutes, everybody. So we just wanted to make this a reaction video. Awesome, awesome episode tonight. Everybody, do me a favor. If you can hit that like button, if you had a good time tonight. Sorry we couldn't do the countdown stream a little bit earlier. As you guys know, the episode leaked when it leaked. If we did the countdown, there would have been spoilers all over the place. And there was too much good stuff in this just to take a chance on those spoilers. So we will be streaming tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I'm kind of torn. Normally we do random things on Monday night. We may do a Game of Thrones recap of this episode and then push random things to Tuesday night. Still working on that. So either way, we're going to have a stream on Monday night and Tuesday night this week. So be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Real quick, we got another super chat. So Ecom says, last Battle at King's Landing will be episode number 5. If there's one more thing that you want to get included, something you absolutely loved about tonight's episode, type it right now. I'm going to call on a few people at the end of this reaction video. So get your final thoughts in here right now. We're at 30 minutes. We'll jump around here. Let's see. What do we got? Last thoughts, everybody. Last thoughts. Kel says, love the entire episode. Ollie says, the Hound was funny. All the Tormund's punchlines. Tormund saying, I would knight you 10 times. Yeah. E Beach, Jaime dies at King's Landing. Yeah, I would like for Jaime to survive it, but I don't think that's going to happen. All characters I like end up dying. It was nice of Jaime to see Bran and give the apology. Does Bran control Rhaegar? Good question. Jon dies. Red Queen brings him back. Julie says Jaime kills Cersei. Couple more thoughts here, everybody. Tess says Jaime dies. Comes White and kills Cersei. I don't feel the very end of this season is going to be happy at all. I think it's going to be a head scratcher, like kind of figure out your own story after that. Xavier says Tyrion will betray Dany. Maybe he'll have to. And Tracy Bledsoe said it best. Happy Easter, Army. So with that, this is our Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode number 2, live fan reactions. If you're watching the playback, get your reactions here as well. We will be live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock with one of two things. Either we'll do random things or we'll do a full Episode number 2 recap. So stay tuned. Thanks, everybody. Hopefully you had a wonderful Easter and a wonderful Game of Thrones viewing. See you all tomorrow night. Peace.